What's up, everybody? Let's get right into the news that's been transpiring in California with the abhorrent overextension of executive power through impeachable offenses, which would be treason, as defined under the Constitution, of levying war against the United States, as Trump declared war against California. This was a result of ICE agents who were acting as his personal Gestapo, tried corralling people that were assembled for a peaceful protest. Once civilians realized that they were being attacked like animals, they responded by defending themselves and each other, standing their ground against these assailants who were trying to unlawfully detain people through means of physical force, throwing people into the back of their vans without any due process, once again violating the Constitution. Most news outlets have purposely dictated their reports against the protesters, vilifying them, despite the fact that they were just enacting their constitutional right of assembly, and they had gathered to protect against the dehumanizing means of ICE, rounding up working men and women for the fascist regime we're currently under. The Trump administration lied, saying that this was supposedly to stop criminals, but instead have chose to round up any and all Latinos, specifically Mexicans, to separate families without any due process, which should be implemented from the 5th and 14th Amendment, while throwing them in overcrowded pens like animals. I had covered this briefly on my other video where a mayor had gone down to see these overpopulated detainment centers that they have thrown people in. That goes against any basic foundation of human rights that were dictated on this land to all humans, not just U.S. citizens. Trump is threatening the governor, Newsom, and Mayor Bass with imprisonment, as he has set forth the mission to send National Guard in, federalizing them, to 700 to 2,000 manpower to essentially occupy and set forth a state level of martial law against not only the Constitution but abusing his executive power. Mind you, the only reason, once again, the people began acting aggressively was the interference of the Gestapo, ICE, acting as Trump's cartel, grabbing people without any paperwork signed by a judge, while brandishing weapons, armor, face masks. Sound familiar? The Americans scrutinize the cartels of Mexico, while our government employ the same tactics and say it's legal. Not since the Civil Rights era of 1965 has a U.S. president deployed the National Guard without the governor's consent. Wake the hell up, America. This is a stepping stone for this pedophile, lying, racist, proverbial sack of shit running the country, costing thousands of jobs, screwing over the vets, dismantling the education department, and ruining the economy while bolstering billionaires. And to the teens, this does matter to you. You need to rise up against this fake Christian grifter and do anything you can within your means to help support the opposition of dethroning this would-be king and his administration of disgusting Nazis. This is Angel. And to the vets out there, I respect you, but please know that you are defending the Constitution of America. You don't go by the president's words alone. The Constitution is what binds this country together with law. Remember that.